The fishes have taken over. Now humans are made into sushi. Uh, yeah. Anyways, behold the sins of the fishes. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. How's everyone doing? This is sins of the fishes. I wanted to talk about my father a bit because Ale and I were talking before she went to work, and basically what we were talking about was our fathers and how they helped us and everything. And I'm gonna mute that music. Hopefully you'll still hear it. But anyways, we were talking about our fathers, and I just realized how many skills my father has. Like, the man is a genius with his hands, for one. He can, I mean, he basically built a 66 Chevy Impala out of a rusted body frame and a chassis, and that was it. Right? Like, he built this thing pretty much from scratch, and you know, he made upholstery, he made a what's that thing that's in the middle in between two seats that you put your, it's like the armrest, but it's also got like cupboards and shit in it. But anyways, that is specifically what he made out of wood and fabric and cloth and all sorts of stuff. And you know, he made that pretty much on his own. I mean, I did help him with like electrical stuff and whatnot. He taught me a lot of things as far as building goes and as far as electrical goes and all that stuff. And he made some, and I just found this out a few years ago. My pops made some. He did art for a little bit. He was big into art for a short while, and his art had a lot of biblical scenes in it. And he had one scene of Jesus Christ carrying the cross on his back. And there's like a crowd of people watching in the foreground, and in the background you see like all these buildings and stuff kind of, you know, like as he goes down this path, and a Roman whips him and another Roman's carrying his equipment, and it's just this scene of like whole. Okay, I just had OBS crash. Jeebus. Okay, fuck. uh, Let me pull up my fucking YouTube. Hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, sends the fishes. Hey, someone's watching. Cool. Okay, so it's right after the crash. Okay, I'm gonna want to listen during the crash to see if it fucks up again. So, sorry I'm not getting into gameplay just yet, but I will, so don't worry. I will get into gameplay and show you guys my little aquarium that I've been working on for the past day or two. You know, my little aquarium and everything. I named it, I might have fucked up the name, but I tried naming it after Advantide, which is a company in Hitman 2 that sells like vitamin water or mineral water, some like purified water or whatever. And they're like an evil company and shit. And it like you would not expect water merchants to be the ultimate sinners. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if there's any pure of an industry, it's fucking water. Yeah, so okay, so that's recording good. Collection scene, collection. Okay, connection is excellent. Okay, jeez, wow, I'm on drugs. As you guys can tell, I'm kind of solo on this one. I was just playing War and Blade and War, I think. I forget. Bannerlord's prequel, basically. So there's that one and everything, and that's basically okay. That seems to be working. Whatever Bannerlord is, but just it's not. Okay, reconnection successful. All right. So OBS connected. Well, anything else connected? I don't even know if it's been recording me, like. So OBS connected. Wow, did it not record anything that I said about the internment camps? Like. No internment camps for you guys. That's sad. After all, not record anything that I said about the internment camps, like. Oh shit! Wow, that repeated. Wow. Ugh. Oh, I put it up loud. Wow, it was. I didn't hear shit for a while. Wow, that's just sad. Whoa. God, technical difficulties of the stream. What the fuck? I don't know. Fucking OBS keeps crashing or whatever. I know streaming is live and everything, but maybe I should record. Yeah, I'm gonna record too as well. Just okay. So, I might upload this after streaming it. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I'll just keep recording, just in case you guys don't hear me do stuff. So yeah, I'll at least keep recording. Let's resume. Okay, so we got this going on here. We got all this stuff. Floor tank, hey cat. Things of this nature. I just want to show you all the fish I got. I've got just about every fish pack that is on the what's it called? On the Steam Workshop. I got just about every pack here, so Convict Tang. Wow, that one's been doing hard time. Okay. Okay. Achilles surgeon fish, yeah. So we got all these, and then we got the Sharky Sharks. Velvet belly lantern shark. Red nose. Ooh, I want to get the lantern shark. That's pretty. But it probably eats fish, doesn't it? Oh, only really tiny fish. Okay, cool. Whoa, 100% purity? Holy shit. That's insane. Haze light. Okay. Hey, cat. Sammy says hi. As he always does. Isn't that right, cat? Oh, you have beautiful blue eyes. Well, oh, you're looking at me. Hey. Oh, he wants to climb on my gut. Oh, jeez. Damn cat. Wow. Okay. And a chassis, and that's about the fuck it. Right? Like, he just built it out of really cool. Like, I looked at it like with models. Like, the man could build anything for real. Like, he could, you know, he built. Well, I helped him in quite a few of his projects. but he did most of the construction and stuff. You know, like we built cabinets together. We built a dresser. We built things, and so much so that I'm just floored by his skills and everything, because he really understood what he was doing, and he was very talented at it. Smooth. You looking at them birds, cat? He's just staring out the window like, I might eat that bird one day. Mark my cat words. You know. But yeah. Let me. It's an everything unlocked level that I'm doing. It's a custom level. It's everything unlocked, but I still have to like buy everything. So, you know, cash is still a thing, but you know, I just don't have to unlock anything, which I mostly did it as a way to kind of display everything that I got in these packs and everything. Sorry, cat, you can't climb on the computer. You know, just all these different packs and everything that's on the Steam Workshop, and all the packs are free, by the way, so you don't have to worry about spending any money. You know, I mean, I think the game is like $20 if I remember. There we go. I'll put some more of that red carpet there. Oh, I always forget what thing they're in. Yeah, because you use them to decorate your tanks too. I just have to remember that. Oh, crap. Grassland, Starry Night. Starry Night's really pretty. Sunset's pretty too. Red panel. Okay. Heck, I have no idea what it was. Oh, jeez. Which is a very leftist thing. And the other one talks like a leftist. She talks about privilege, and she talks about, you know, wealth and money management, and, you know, like, being proud of your privilege and like stuff like that. Like, they're written like leftists, or they're written like what leftists think Republicans are, right? Like, you know, it's very apparent. Like, they're written like leftists. Like, it's very apparent, and I just find it funny because, like, you know, at this point, it's hard to figure out what is Republican. You know, it's hard to figure out because growing up, everyone taught me that Republican was like, you know, they hate gays and they hate this and they hate that and they hate coloreds and they hate women, government, and we want, you know, to keep the Second Amendment because it's fucking important, you know. Which I find really, because we've been watching The Simpsons, and I find it really funny how in one episode Lisa's like, the Second Amendment isn't all that important. It's just a grandfather clause that's left over from a bygone age. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, and then in another episode, some 3 seasons later, she's like, oh, all the amendments to the Constitution are super important, and we should value the Constitution more than anything. As Americans, we should all value it. And it's like, weren't you just bashing the Second Amendment like 2 seasons ago? Fucking, did you really think we'd forget? Fucking, you know, like. I don't know. It's weird. And it's become apparent that Lisa has just, like, Lisa has becometh. She hath becometh. Just the moral outrage, right? Like, that's all she is the moral outrage. She's just morally outraged at everything. And god bless it. I mean everything. If it's a thing, she's morally outraged by it. I swear to the rich Texan who wants to tear down the forest. Like, really? Are you you know, in the country, higher than interracial couples, way higher, like gays are like way low on that list in terms of like, you know, domestic abuse and stuff like that. Gays just don't. Here's the thing: gays don't beat each other; they just have rough sex and bondage and shit, and then all of a sudden they're cured. You know what I mean? Like that's just all they do, and next thing you know, they're, you know, having fun and communicating and having awesome sex, and all this is going on, and like they don't beat each other perfectly. Cool. Oh no, I can't have the side just. Oh, either way, it looks the same. Okay, whatever. Just affects the attraction ratio. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't want that. Fuckity dick. Okay, get rid of that. Yeah. Okay. That's the intersection. Be helpful if it didn't keep resetting me every 10 fucking minutes. Oh, Berliners are so weird. Look, one of my favorite musicians is Rummelschnuff, and he's so, I'm not sure. I know his father was a fucking violinist, and his mother was like a pianist or some shit, so he's got music in the family, you know? I read it on the Deutsche Wiki. And, you know, his family were big musicians, and, you know, guys, trust me, like, if you really want a challenge, be in the fucking military. You know, even the Air Force. My father was in the Air Force for 20 plus years, 28, I think, and yeah, he didn't sit at a desk all day. That's a pretty gross misconception about, you know, that they just sit on their asses all day and do that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's not true at all. Not true at all. They do a lot of work, especially on the flight line. My father was a aircraft mechanic, specifically a hydraulic mechanic, hydraulic engineer specifically. He worked with hydraulics, and he specifically worked on C5s, cargo 5s. And I kind of remember him, you know, and he to this day he smells like hydraulic fluid. To this day, like that shit doesn't rub. That's a día de muerte. Okay, now added something to this game that I praise God that they did. Like, this was so tedious, but basically now you just grab a door and plant it. It used to be you had to delete a panel, then plant the door as a solid object. And you no longer have to do that. You just plant it wherever, you know, on the wall now, and it's such a godsend. That was so meticulous and so, like, it was just annoying for the most part. Like, it was just annoying. God, all these are prestige. Fuck. I want some money, damn it. I just spent half of it on a fucking tank the size of my urethra. I wanted to say urethra. I don't know why. Anyways, just sometimes you want to say a word, you know, like, especially a word with a couple of G's, an I, and an N, an E, and an R, you know, ginger. Anyways, whoops. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this city. No kidding. Like, take a step back and are like, Yeah, we kind of went downhill a while ago, guys. I don't know why you're still watching. Like they kind of did that in one episode. It's, you know, they were like, yeah, we went downhill, and why the fuck are you people watching? You know, like, you know, put that there. Oh, it's 1,000 gallons. Holy jumping turnips. Holy crap. Oh, God. Holy jumping turnips. Jeez. Mark the day the turnips come to town. God, not even close. Fuck. I'm gonna have... Yeah, that's very high sterilizing power. That's 220. What's the regular one? Oh, the Mega is 220. Okay, so that makes sense. So you just add another Mega on top of it. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I don't think I'll do UV sterilizer. I think I'll just do nitrate. I know this is gonna be crazy, but it's a mega tank. Of course I gotta pump out the fucking iron. I think it's because they follow rules like a motherfucker. That's probably why they're God's chosen people. That and they probably paid them off, but that's beside the point. Dr. Phil is a quack. I wish he would explain. Because, I mean, Polylum's an actual shrink. Like an actual, like, brain doctor and shit. Like, and he's been one for like 40 fucking years. You know, so, and I don't want him to be like, okay, this is where Dr. Phil's crazy. You know, I want him to explain that to us, because I have no butt fucking clue. But everyone keeps telling me that Dr. Phil's a nut job, and I don't know. Oh, I should make that wider. She's 10 feet tall. There we go. Now I can make all sorts of cool, crazy stuff. Oh, wrong panel. So you're basically watching me build a mega tank. Are you not entertained? But yeah, fucking... Mega chiller. Cool, now it's enough. Yeah, look how many mega chillers I need just to chill this damn thing. Like a dick. Like, fucking crazy, I know. I always have some sort of bug bite on me, I swear. I've got really rare, really rare blood. That's weird to say. But yeah, I've got quite rare blood, and I'm AB negative, so that's pretty damn rare. It's weird, like, I was talking about my blood type with my folks, like, years ago, and, one was, I forget which one, but one of them was like, well, aren't you AB positive? And the other's like, no, it's AB negative. I know because we're negative, and he was supposed to be, or no, we're positive, and he was supposed to be positive, but I took drugs, and, yeah, Ma said that. I took drugs, and then he became negative. So, that's, yeah, basically. Because, so, and again, kind of thing with that is that, you know, there'll be complications, like the baby is more likely to get like clubbed feet, or more likely to get cleft palates. Never positive. But I may be negative, I know that much, so. So yeah, again, like, you know, and I ended up being AB negative, and I was kind of the miracle child because there wasn't really any complications for me, or so they thought. Then I developed Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and my body kind of just said, "Fuck it, I quit." Right? Like, I'm done learning a trade. I'm I'm done going to school. I'm done being productive. I'm just gonna wither and die now. So, so I don't know what I'm gonna have up here, but I don't know. I like this area kind of being, you know, I might I might do a floor tank right there. I might do a floor tank right there. Okay, so I need another, yeah, just to keep them both running smoothly. Okay. Another chiller. A chiller, please. Ein chill. There we go. Jeez, I'm getting low on stuff. Oh boy. Okay, so here we go. So, yeah, anyways, I leveled up, people. So yeah, it's an aquarium game with like some RPG elements and some stuff like that. It's funny how everything has RPG elements. Oh, why did I have too low? Too low. Why is it too low? Okay, cool. I'm assuming cattail. Wow, that just barely doesn't stick out of the floor. Wow. Actually, that big one does, but no, whatever. Who cares, we says. I am once again dropping the fuck out. Oh, Bernie. Endorsing your sworn enemy. Again. It's not like some tall goth guy predicted that would happen. And Razor Fist. The tall goth guy is me. He's, yeah, anyways, okay, jeez, like no one saw that. I like how in Simpsons, Lucy Lawless has super. Yeah, let's put a door right there. Yeah. I didn't want them to walk all the way around and all that shit. Put a door right there. Yeah. That way they can just go slip and go all the way up there and feed the fishies. You only need to have on one side, even though the fish never cross sides for some fucking reason. I don't know. No one ever tells me why. No one ever tells me nothing. Oh, jeez. Oh, God, my gut. I might have to eat something. I don't know. I had Subway last night, so it's not like I'm starving or anything. Ale feeds me pretty good. But yeah, it was kind of cool how we were talking about our popses and everything, and she met in the first place, so, you know, whatever, I guess. Well, yeah. And then we re-met on Facebook some years later, and, you know, I knew. And then, like, 3 days later, I show up, and, you know, like, hey, how's it going? Then we start talking, and then we start being together, and next thing you know, 2 years later, we're living together, and, you know, paying rent together, and taking care of phone bills, and now I'm doing YouTube and all sorts of fun stuff. So it's really interesting how life kind of goes a certain way, kind of gets away from you. My folks are back in California. It's just interesting how all that stuff works out in the end, and Elle and I are living together, and I think we're doing great. I mean, we don't really fight. I mean, we kind of, I guess, I find it interesting because, like, how our fathers kind of molded us and everything. And this is something I've noticed. I think Finding Nemo, because we watched that the other day, I think that's more about helicopter parenting than it is about, like, an adventure to save your son. You know what I mean? Because at the beginning, Marlon's like, hey, I gotta protect my kid, he's all I got left. Which, you kind of feel bad for him, because, like, he's this helicopter parent. And it almost destroys their relationship for the most part. Like, like Nemo almost resents him for kind of not trusting him and not believing in him and stuff. And then he gets into the fish tank. That's what fathers do. Fathers provide that, right? Fathers provide that you can do it, now try on your own, right? That kind of struggle through it. What do fathers always say? Climb higher, right? Look, most of them are just damaged. Let's be real. Most of them are just damaged people who never had a father growing up. They never had someone to tell them, you can do it. Climb higher. They never had anyone tell them that. And because of that, they're weak fish people molded into shape. Right? They're like made of clay and twigs and spit and and pasty skin that's full of grease and pimples. They're just molded together out of pus and spit. And again, and I was saying this about the whole iDubbbz thing. Like, don't get mad at him for being a simp or a cuck or whatever. No, that's not what I was gonna say. Fuck. God, I just fucked up my expression. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, okay, if sometimes some people do, but it's pretty damn rare. I will say that much. That's just an observation I have. Like, that's, I don't know how I feel about, a part of me wants to figure out what happened to them, because there's a big chance that they themselves were sexually abused. But at the same time, they still took matters into their own hands, and they still became a monster. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to have, cucks don't happen in a vacuum. Rape seldom happens in a vacuum. Like, things like that. Like, they seldom happen, if ever, in some cases. But a lot of them seldom happen in a vacuum. Like, a lot of these things are, I mean, they're very unfortunate, but at the same time, like, should we really be blaming the second generation when we can blame the first generation, right? Like, who did it in the beginning? I mean, obviously both are bad, at least in the case of rape. Both are fucking horrible, but again, let's not focus as much on, at least for simps anyways, let's not focus as much on, that can be said with a lot of things, actually. If women didn't want men to be this way, men wouldn't be this way. If every single woman on the planet decided tomorrow that the sexiest man alive is the man that can carve an elaborate snow globe, bitches be starting snow globe carvings. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or if they carve elaborate flutes, right? Then all of a sudden people would be like, oh, hey, let's make some flutes, right? And they'd be having flute making classes with pickup flutes and fucking, shit like that. Like, people would be doing these things, because women's preferences are kind of a big deal, right? Because men like women, and women like children, and children like hamsters, uh, for the most part. And, yeah, God, that's also true. Oh, fuck. I've never said a truer statement. Men that are aggressive, men that are for following the trend, or are we going to blame the women for making the trend in the first place? Right? Like, wish reptilian brain that's still stuck in the back there somewhere. Oh, hey, that's a bug. Artificial mangrove roots. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. There we go. Now it's got the catwalk. Yeah. I guess that's what it's called. The tunnel walk or whatever. It's got that in red. A sleek, stylish red. Yeah. And kind of to go back to The Simpsons, here's something that I don't fully understand. When exactly did it become bad Simpsons? You know what I mean? Like, when did it no longer beat classic Simpsons? Because I think it kind of went downhill since, like, season 3, honestly. Like, 1 and 2 were beautiful. 1 was kind of okay. It wasn't the greatest, but 2 was amazing. It was a beautiful season. 3 was pretty good. 4, not so much. 5 was a little weird. 7 was bad. Like that's when they started going downhill with season 7. But no one can seem to agree when is Zombie Simpsons or Bad Simpsons or whatever. Like, no one can, like, half the people are saying, oh, it's when the damn intro changed, when it went all futuristic and high tech and stuff. But look, they were having guest, um, like, big name guest stars just to fix the ratings, right? Since, like, season 3. Okay, like, they've had that for a long time. And now in the first few seasons, when they had a big name star, they would make a character for him. Old normie names or whatever. It wasn't like George Carlin, fucking, but it was the voice of George Carlin, but he was like Munchie, I think was the guy's name. He was just a hippie named Munchie, right? Like, So, I mean, George Carlin was still there, which I thought was cool. I love George Carlin, even though he's not really sexist. He's more just misanthropic, really. Like, he just wants man to burn. Like, just the human race just burn and fade away and obscure into the darkness and all that fun stuff. So, like, again, that's just, God, that's gonna be all my money. Whale skeleton, holy shit. Skull rock. Aztec statue. Let's do Aztec statue. Aztecian. Okay, cool. Never mind. I was about to say Royal Gamma. So, squirrelfish. Yeah. Soldier. Squirrel. It's weird. I can say squirrel sometimes if I don't think about it. But if I really think about it, I end up saying squirrel. Like, if I think about the word as it normally is, my tongue messes it up. It's just a word I keep having issues with. It's weird. People who speak German have trouble saying squirrel, but fucking Americans cannot say Eichhörnchen, which is German for squirrel. Or red sea bannerfish. Well, they look the same. Oh no, it's slightly different color. Yeah, and slightly larger. Nurse shark. Guys, these are all tropical. Whale shark! Oh god. Winghead shark. Me gusto mucho tu limon. Anyways. Yeah, that's Rammstein's token Spanish song. I forget who's. I think Marge said, like, so you gotta choose. It's either her or your heavy metal. And then Otto drives off in the bus with fucking the Poison cover band fucking blaring in the background. Like, fuck, that. Yeah, that's total McDonald moment. But that is a good thing, right? Look, as important as love is, guys, as important as love is, don't give up yourself for love, right? Now, if you're like a bit overbearing or whatever, then you might want to change some things, make women more comfortable around you, right? Like if you give off weird vibes, or if you seem kind of homely, or if you don't bathe well or whatever, like if you're unkempt, right? Then you might want to change that. But if it's like a love of yours, like you love metal or you love raves or you love whatever, right? Don't give that up. I love games. I didn't give that up. Ale loves fucking Nintendo stuff. She didn't give that up. Right? Like, we didn't give up what we enjoy. Now, we actually share a few things we enjoy. We share a few things. Which is definitely a good thing. But at the same time, though, Pistol shrimp! Holy shit. I'd be happy with the Randall's pistol shrimp. Bloodred fire shrimp. Skunk cleaner. Oh, that's all hot water. Okay, whatever. Fucking crab. Right. Yeah, it's hard to explain what those things are. Oh yeah, I got anemones. Oh, requires lights. I could put some anemones in there. Yeah, they'll probably be eaten by whatever the fuck I put in there. Oh, there's the modified section. There's like a modified pack. It basically makes it so they don't eat other fish, and so they kind of get along and stuff like that, and things of that nature. So they a lot of sharks too, white tip reef shark, giant Pacific octopus, modified lemon shark, modified angel shark. Again, these are good things to have if you want to have like this puppy with a bunch of other puppies and modified giant octopus. Actually, God, 95%. Holy crap. Shame they didn't turn that down. Fucking. Jeez. 95%. Wow. That is nuts. And it requires crazy skills to feed. I've got a couple of high-level feeders, but it's weird. Calling them feeders makes it sound like they have some weird kink or whatever. Like they have this weird fetish or whatever. Yeah, eat that crab. Like, okay then. Like makes you wonder. Oh yeah, I was gonna add these to the coral den that I got. Long coral cave. God, 95%. That's insane. Small coral rock. Medium coral rock. Coral overhang. Coral column. Long coral cave. Jeeves. Koi fish. Carp. You see what I mean? It goes in chunks. It chops off the fucking bottom of the next fish. It goes in chunks instead of just smooth, straight down. But yeah, those are prawns and blennies and gobies. Prawn goby and goby. Yeah. Then there's barracudas. Barracuda. Yeah, they eat fish like a sumbitch. I could just put the Pacific barracuda and put a bunch of those. 192. Okay. Bully will pester wimps. Gotta eat fish size 12. That's you, motherfucker. Jeez, yellowtail barracuda. We'll eat that. It doesn't show the, yeah. It's, jeez. Wow, that's all hot water, except for the Atlantic mackerel. I've already got 6 of those. Mackerel tuna. Wow. I didn't know tuna was so big, jeez. No wonder it's in giant cans. God, 450. Holy crab baskets. Okay, yellowfin. 300. 180, 360. Jeez. Wahoo. Wahoo! Is it wahoo or wadoo? That's wahoo. Actually, that reminds me. Back when my mother worked in Vacaville, California, she actually, this is before she had her own place, ball pit kind of thing. You know, like they opened all that up, but when we ate there, oh, it was so good. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was like, you know, it had the crab ragoons, and you know, had fucking sour cream in them, and you know, I don't even remember what I ate, but I just remember the place being so good. And Ma and I just had a real fun time, you know. I've got a lot of fond memories of my parents, I really do. Like, unfortunately, my mother and I kind of had our differences, and you know, kind of had issues for a while, but that was mostly due to, you know, I've never had a problem with religion, specifically the idea of it. I've never had a problem with it, as long as people like don't try to. I mean, I like what a lot of Christians think in regards to judgment. Like, a lot of Christians think that 10 for the Jews and 10 for the Christians, but you know, whatever. I know that sounds like a skit from fucking what even type of Bible was it? I forget which one it was. I was watching a reading of it, and they went over it and everything. And I don't even remember what version it was. I think it was King James. I think it was, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds like a skit from a Mel Brooks movie, but it's, you know, there's some truth to it. Oh, I thought it said Battlestar. Victoria Battlestar. So, sounds like a marbled rock god. Alaskan king crab. Holy shit. 14 to 44. Oh boy. Starfish. Size 22 or less. Wow, they eat starfish. Mussels. Let's put some Alaskan king crab. God, look at that thing. Holy dickens. That's a big fucking crab. Welcome to Alaska, Skippy. Oh boy. Oh, I need to get some mussels. Okay. Mussels. Okay. Oh, up here. Mussels. God, those are massive crabs. I mean, right now they're kind of tiny, but they get big. They gonna get big. Big crab. Big crappy crab. So again, like with them, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I need rock. Live rebel. Jeez. Look how big their arms are. Holy crap. Ooh. Blood gently has grown. Then Inside Out was like, what if feelings had feelings? As group and everything, like, you know, actually being. Oh, that was lag. You know. Someone clean the shitter. By all means, please. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this little intersection here. No idea how to style that. Oh. God, grown to size 29. I gotta check that shit out. Already in just a few days? Holy crap, look at those things. Good lord, man. What are these abominations of nature? 116, holy crap. How much mussels come in a box? 200. Well, I gotta make more mussels. No one can really tell me when it becomes Bad Simpsons. Like, when it becomes Zombie Simpsons. No one can tell me that. And it seems to be that no one does anything with it. Like, it doesn't, it changes everything, but it changes nothing at the same time. Like, they force it to change nothing. But in reality, it changes everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those weird kind of, you know, fix me don't kind of things. You know, like, it just, gee, it's all over the place, that fucking episode. You know, and then with the Monjula getting pregnant, and then Maud dying, like, just all these permanent things happen just because of one episode. And in one episode, they're like, yeah, this shit happened, whatever, moving on. You know, like, they don't, like, explain it in background. They don't go into detail with it. They're just like, yeah, this shit happened. Who cares, whatever. Moving on. Hey, look at Homer, isn't he an idiot? Like, you know, like, you know, and they even admitted, actually, Simpsons even admitted in an episode that they kind of lost the plot a while ago, and, you know, I mean, you know, they lost the plot and everything got kind of crazy and topsy-turvy and all that stuff, and, you know, like, all sorts of crazy stuff. And that's absolutely true. Like, they just, God, they just went nuts with that show. Like, and now we're on, like, season 30 or 29 or 50 or whatever. And it just, geez, like, when do you call a show quits? I mean, I get wrestling being on for that long because it's a sport, right? It's like if soccer was a series, right? Like, you know, then it'd be going on for a long fucking time. Like, I get that, you know, but at the same time, no one's even watching wrestling at this point, right? Like, no one's watching wrestling anymore. You know, no one's watching that fucking show. Like, what happened to him? The dude just vanished. Fucking poof. Right? Like, the dude just vanished, and we ain't heard nothing of him since. And it's just, you know, like, fuck, like, come back, Pirate Man. I liked him. That's wicked. You know, I don't even care what his politics are. He could be, like, as authoritarian as a motherfucker. But it's Kane, dude. Fucking, you know. I like Kane. Mass Kane was really cool. You know, and I love the feud that he had with The Undertaker. That was cool shit. Again, that was back when there was, like, you know, women getting even with other women and cat fights and all. Like, geez, like, you know, and there was one storyline where a guy was dating what he thought was a girl. I forget who it was. I think it was Mark Henry, but I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, like he's dating what he thought was a girl, and it turns out to be a dude, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Like, you know, and that was like 2 weeks after some dude fucked it with him, and he still wrestled. Cute, you know, like basically, that's cute. Oh jeez, I'm getting tired. I think my morning meds are kicking in now, even though it's like 10:30 in the morning. Hey cat, I see you walking up there. You're looking at the fish, aren't you? Look at them fish. See? Check out that fish. See that? That little fishy? Yeah, you're looking at the fish, aren't you? Yeah. Fucking abs and stuff, and oh, ladies loved it. Ladies loved it, and now I'm with Ale and everything, and you know she loves my gut. She thinks my gut's cute and everything. You know, but it hurts like shit when she tries and touches it. Holy shit, I could have done so bad. Well, 161, hey, that's my number. Wow, 80. Jeez. But yeah, I could have really screwed the pooch in terms of, you know, bagging people. I could have really screwed the pooch on that one. Holy crap. Yeah, that could have ended real bad. You know. Now, here's the funny thing. Most of my exes were Hispanic. Now, I lived in California for a long time, and there's a lot of Hispanics there, especially in the Bay Area. So, I mean, you know, it makes sense. But I don't know, like, I don't know why most of them were Hispanic. Hispanic women just like me for some reason. I don't know why. Like, you know, maybe it's the tall goth thing. I don't know, but something about it. Hispanics just love that shit. You know, Hispanic women love the tall goth, pale dude. Like, you know, Asians do too. Asians like that stuff too. You know, Ma used to go to this nail supply place in Sacramento, and when we were there, I would stop by the well, not all the time, but a couple times I'd buy the what's it called? The Asian market, right? The meat market and stuff. And God, them Asians just loved me. They couldn't get enough of me. Good Lord, like they were all over me. They're like, "Hey, how's it going? You're so tall. We love it. It's great seeing someone so tall." And you know, like they were super friendly, loved, you know, not really. So they just call it cosplay. I'm like, "Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You know, like whatever word works." You know. I mean, I guess you could say I cosplay as my own characters. I guess you can say that. I mean, you know, I kind of do my own thing, so, you know, I mean, that makes sense, so, yeah, I just do my own thing. It's no big deal, you know. I think I gotta fill out these orders so I can get more orders for cash. Yeah. Geez, I have to build that area. Basically, it's really cool to see, but yeah, I'm getting tired. Wait for OBS to reconnect. Jeez.